Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to bring you a little bit of a update here. We just are dealing with the very end of subtropical storm Alberto. And as you can see, it's a mess here, an absolute mess. We got water everywhere. My chicken coops are semi-flooded. This one is anyway. I'm gonna come out here. If it eases up raining for a little, I'm gonna dig a trench and see if we can drain this out. This side's dry, and of course up there's nice and dry, but it's an absolute mess, guys. We've had bare minimum 4 days of rain, and it's not just days, it's nights as well. And this breaks my heart because we haven't had this happen in almost 2 years. This is my driveway. Now, if the rain stops, this should percolate out fairly quickly. I'm just very grateful we don't have any doctor's appointments. We don't have to go grocery shopping. Yay for prepping, because we have plenty of food in the house. And since I started Thrive Life, we don't even have to worry about meat. We have plenty of meat in the house. But look at this, guys. This is absolutely flooded. And if this is flooded, the upper end is flooded. I got Crocs on, so I'm walking through the water. You can hear that. Up at that end will be flooded. It goes up a slight incline, but then there's some ruts that we know will be full. I gotta be careful here because we have an electric fence. I'm just doing a little walk around, checking on things. The goats are high and dry. Most of their pasture area is dry. There is some puddling to be expected, but those puddles, if it stops raining, should go fairly quickly. Look at all this. It's gonna take a little while for this area here to dry out. We are in wetlands. We knew that when we bought the property, but it's still, it's very disheartening. And I was more worried about the animals, of course, than us. And it looks like the fence is okay, but I do see a limb on it, so I'll have to come out here after I turn the fence off. Well, this is a new break. See that, guys? That came off of one of these trees here. We had some good winds. They weren't what I would call scary winds, but the winds were definitely enough to be shaking our trees pretty good. Now, this is the back of the buck pen. I can honestly tell you, they don't come back here very often, and that's a good thing because this is the pond that we've been talking about developing. As you can see, it is full. I don't know if I can get any closer. I don't want to get shocked because this fence is in water now. You see that? That's pretty big. It's full. That's at least 4 feet deep in there. That I can tell you with confidence. And it overflows right out through here and goes out. Probably feeds down into the driveway. This is crazy. I don't really see any other limbs down though. The fence seems okay. There's a small, tiny little limb right there. I'll have to get off the fence, but everything else seems okay. The goats do not like water. They will not come anywhere near this, so I'm not worried about that. They have a ton to forage. In fact, I can see it go right through there, foraging on the edge. Looks like Pilot. I can see a beard. I can probably see it better than you guys can. We have to get this into the girls and maybe even give the boys a couple limbs off this because this is a pine tree and pine is very good for treating parasites and worms. If you give them pine once in a while, it helps prevent them getting reinfested. So that would be a good item to put to use. So it won't go to waste. And the log is big enough, it's worthwhile cutting for firewood. I'm just glad it didn't fall on our fence and tear up our fence. These fences don't come cheap, guys. See if I can get back out of here without breaking my neck. I had to come back and check on that pond, and I needed to check on the fencing anyway. And I'm more mobile than Jim. So these bucks are doing a good job here. They've knocked a lot of stuff down. But they're out there somewhere. I see Pilot over there, so Snickerdoodle's not far. He's right next to him over there. I don't know if you can pick him up. Pilot's right there. Snickerdoodle's right there. And they're busy eating. But yeah, I can't even tell you how much rain we got. I don't know what the reports are going to say. Some are reporting 8 inches. Guys, I can tell you we probably got more than that. We seem to get the front of the storm, the middle of the storm, and the end of the storm is still working its way past us. They're calling for rain all day today, even though right now it's pretty bright up there. But there's no blue to be seen at all, none. And if you see that back there, it's dark, which means we have more rain coming, which they're calling for. But yeah, there's no way I'm gonna walk up, only because of snakes. We are in wetlands, and when water is high, snakes will move. And we saw a gator just a few days ago on the dirt road that we come in to our road on. So we have to be aware that there could be gator movement as well. So it's just being careful. I'm hoping nobody comes and tries to come down our driveway right now, because the chances of them getting through is, I would say, about a 2% chance. If they have 4-wheel drive, they probably get through. Anything less, you will not get through. One of the reasons we had to invest in that truck and get 4-wheel drive. Is there plans to fix this? Yes, there is. Oh, what's this? Mushroom. We got a ton of this stuff growing here too. Don't know if it's any good or not, but on the safe side, we just toss it. I shouldn't even touched it. Yeah, everything's wet. This is probably flooded all the way through, all the way back, because this water, if it can move at all, it'll head towards the wetlands over there, which is where it should go. But in that direction as well is the freshwater spring, and it will be hidden by the high water, that's for sure. All our rain catches full, of course. With all this, yeah, look at all this. It's flooded all the way back through. And you can see, we picked high ground. This is high ground from this point on up is all high ground. Anywhere there's low spots, you can see where the puddles sit. But this is all dry up here. We're talking about doing a permanent large chicken yard up here, and that would work really well because there's absolutely no puddling over here. Crazy. Feels good to be outside. If we've been penned up in the house, of course, we're on satellite, so there's no TV when a storm like this comes through. And that's our only choice for TV, period, and internet. And of course, when the storms are real heavy, like they can be, like this storm coming in is gonna knock us off the internet. So, knowing the storm was coming, I downloaded a bunch of books from my local library here. So I've been reading a ton, an absolutely ton of books. But yeah, lots of water, lots of puddles. This has not been fun. I stopped wearing my sneakers, which is really better for my feet and my back, but I can't justify getting shoes and socks wet. I really need to spend the money and get a pair of sloggers is what I really need to do. This is not as wet as I would have expected. This used to always get wet, but since we're clearing it, it seems to stay drier. So that's pretty dry. This is pretty dry. Oh, cool. I hear guineas on the neighbor's property. They can come visit. We love guineas. They do a good service here. There's a puddle right at the edge of the house. That's kind of stuff, though, you throw a pile of sand, you throw a pile of mulch there, and that'll stop all that from happening. There's puddles. Let me show you the goat pen here. Hey, Guinea, what are you doing back here? There's a guinea sitting back here. Now these puddles were bigger yesterday, but even though we had rain all night, so they are wicking down right here, which is great. So that's one puddle. There's one here, there was one on the other side here. Last night this whole area was in a puddle. This is where we feed them, so that's no fun. There's a puddle over by the side of their house right there. I can see Simba's in eating. Good girl. Good girl, Simba. Eat while you can before the next rainstorm comes in. Yesterday it was so bad I had to carry hay into their shelters because they had no break, not enough to come out and start eating, which was really bad. Here's another big puddle. You can see as they get into the new wooded area, it's all high and dry. Another yay for us getting that opened up for them. They can go in there and eat for hours. You see Nala and Bella. Them two can team up and they'll bring down small trees, which is what they're working on right now, small tree. If they bring it down much more, they can help feed the babies. The banana circle, as you can see, is absolutely full. This will wick down really well, but you can see the bananas are loving it. They're going nuts. Here's another huge puddle. My garden is high and dry, so that's good. Over here's Mama and her chicks. She's been taking them up underneath this tarp during the day where it's nice and dry. She's got all 7 yet, guys. It's amazing. What do you think, Bubbles? Huh? Look at those babies. They're dry, guys. She's doing a real good job. When it starts raining, she takes them under a shelter, either the front porch tarp or this tarp, and she's keeping them nice and dry. You can see Latte, what are you doing, girl? She's in, this is the hay round. It's nice and dry. We made sure we protected it. Now she could be out eating all this good stuff, and she's here eating hay. That's why hay needs to be available to your goats at all time. They're gonna need both. They need the roughage of the hay, and they need the fresh grains as well. Here comes the next round, guys. I gotta head in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and everybody's gonna start running for shelter. Run, babies, run! It's raining. Look at Espresso, he just calls his mama in. He's like, it's raining, get over here, you got the milk. There goes Carmela. Go on in, girls, you're gonna get wet. They all go, they try and stay together. The mamas don't really want to stay together. Oh, Simba went in her shelter, good. Her mama will go in that shelter with her, and then the other girls will go in this one. And Bella tends to stay with Nala, so it's okay, your mama's coming. She doesn't want to walk in a puddle. She's being very careful. The sun's back out. It was just a little sprinkle. Oreos. Check this out, guys. See, I got a roof. That's all I need. She's underneath the spool. Oreo, you're a silly girl. See, they're all close to the shelter now. Bella, she's the only one willing to get wet to eat. She was out even yesterday till she was soaking wet. Silly goat. Goats do not like rain, guys. They do not like to get near water. So, that's what you just witnessed. All right, guys, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. And if you subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications. And have a blessed day.